In this video, I'm going to rank the characters from Portkey Games' Hogwarts Legacy. This ranking is my own personal opinion, so feel free to disagree in the comments, and it is based upon their importance to the game, not just the most likeable. If you haven't played this game yet and you want to find out what happens, you can watch my story explanation up here. And naturally, if you like this video, please do hit subscribe for similar content. It really helps small channels like mine grow. Let's begin.
Look at this. It's amazing.
Our list begins with the adorable and repetitive house elf, Deek. Deek is, for all of his endearing qualities, basically a walking tutorial for customizing our room of requirements. He's sweet and harmless and is almost reminiscent of film and book favourite Dobby. However, his repetitive phrases like telling us how proud we should be of all the potions that we brewed grows thin really quick. That said, the quests he gives us are fun and really shows his kind-hearted nature and care for others, whether beast or elf.
Come now. No need for theatrics.
At number 9 is Victor Rookwood. Victor is the human bad guy in this game, and he's no Lord Voldemort or Gellert Grindelwald, but he's still pretty captivating in each scene he features in. He's no doubt a powerful wizard, although he does have the aim of a stormtrooper, as shown here by missing Ranrock from 5 yards. His change in allegiance towards the end of the game, albeit still a bad guy, just a self-serving one, added some depth to his character, and his connection to the Sallow side quest was a nice addition. I just wish it was explained more, maybe via the use of a flashback.
If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Sweeting by name, sweeting by nature. Does that work? Similar to Deek, Poppy is a pure soul who, above all, cares for the welfare of beasts. She introduces us to our pal, Highwing, who didn't quite make this list, and also leads us on a cool side quest. Although probably my least favourite student questline, it did provide some visually stunning scenes and included the centaurs.
The helmet shines even more brightly than I imagined.
Oh, LODGOK. What a sad tale. I really wanted to put LODGOK higher, as his story arc in this story is impeccable. The friendly yet mysterious goblin helps us in our quest for Ranrock and actually provides some real key detail in our journey, but it's his unique philosophy that is most captivating. Unlike most goblins, LODGOK doesn't dislike wizard kind, and this opinion is formed solely from his past experiences with Miriam Fig, which he recalls to us in a lovely emotive scene. A lot of people forget one of this game's major themes is that of racism and prejudice, and LODGOK's story shows how such things can be conquered. His later twist and ultimate demise perhaps provided one of the biggest shocks of the game, and his influence on the story is clear to see.
Do you know that hippogriff?
At number 6, we welcome Natty. I'll admit I found Natty's side quest a bit slow to begin with, but it builds into a really interesting and complete story arc. But what makes Natty so strong is her deep and complex backstory. She previously studied at Ouagadougou School, a possible location for a future game of this kind, given that Portkey Games have already said the next one is unlikely to be set at Hogwarts. And her early life is crippled in tragedy, as her father lost his life saving her. The theme is prevalent throughout her story, and the ending to which goes full circle and finally gives the young student some emotional and satisfying closure.
I've been wanting to play with this.
Halfway through our list is the world's most ugly goblin since your mum. Ranrock is the power-hungry and actually pretty intelligent antagonist of the game, and on the whole, I thought he was strong. I've met more menacing enemies for sure, but Ranrock's story and ambition actually had a semblance of morality to it. He wasn't just a crazy power-mad fascist like Voldemort. He actually believed in his cause and believed that the ancient magic that he was seeking was owed to the goblins, which, if you pay attention, actually makes sense to an extent. Now, I admit his intentions wasn't good, but his goal was well planned out and he very nearly succeeded. But for me, with my many potions and ability to restart from my last checkpoint.
What is it? What have you and Sebastian been up to now?
Oh, Ominous, why did the game not utilize you more? Ominous Gaunt is initially striking for two reasons. Firstly, he is blind and navigates his way around Hogwarts via his wand. Pretty cool. Secondly, he has one of the most famous surnames in the wizarding world. The Gaunts are notoriously associated with dark magic and also feature in multiple ways in the Harry Potter series. However, Ominous is superbly different in the fact that he strongly opposes his family's persuasions and beliefs about the dark arts. Not only does he detail his horrifying upbringing, which saw him subjected to and forced to perform unforgivable curses, he also acts as the moral compass in the game with the Sebastian Sallow's questline. Naturally, most gamers ignore him because we want to learn the bad guy spells, but still, I respect you for trying, Ominous.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories.
Taking the bronze medal is Professor Fig, a lovable old teacher or someone who has a bit of a secret. It's my opinion that Fig will reappear in the form of a DLC or sequel at some point in the future. He frequently disappeared on ministry duty during the game, and I think that was Portkey Games' way of suggesting there's more going on than meets the eye to this dude. That said, on the events of this game, Fig is our tutor. He shows us the ropes, guides us through school, and ultimately helps us defeat Ramrock. He also turns a blind eye to the thousands of killing curses I cast when in his company. His backstory and ending is mired in loss. His wife set the wheels of the story in motion, and he helped the wheels cross the finish line, albeit ending in his emotional death, which, let's be fair, was horribly rushed on screen and you barely even notice that he's dead. But alas, he was kind, knowledgeable, and it's pretty hard not to have him high up on this list.
On my travels, I confirmed that which I've always believed, that we have the power to take away pain.
At number 2, it's ISIDORA Morganach. A girl very similar to our playable character, an ancient magic user who entered Hogwarts late and eventually went on to become the game's secondary antagonist. Not that my playable character did that, but I did kill a hideous amount of goblins. I longed for the next ISIDORA memory because I found her character development fascinating, from her growing intrigue in ancient magic ability to her eventual lust for power. In fact, ISIDORA is the closest we sort of see to Lord Voldemort in this game, and there's clear similarities within her development to that of a young Tom Riddle. I wanted to have more ISIDORA moments in the game, and in fact, it's my prediction, or maybe hope, that she will be within any DLC content that we might get, and there's a video on my channel explaining that theory. A really cool, charismatic, and intelligent character, and despite being a bad guy, her cheap shot of a death at the hands of Sam Bakar actually really annoyed me. Before we do number 1, and you've likely guessed by now who it is, honourable mentions go out to Professor Garlick, because she seems to have captured the hearts and, well, male anatomy of most gamers. She's a nice teacher, but literally just that. She doesn't even attend the final fight with the other teachers, and yes, she may be a herbologist and not a duelist, but she could have, thrown some seeds around or something. Yes, she is visually pleasing, but fellas, she's just pixels, and she'll never be your girlfriend. And second honourable mention goes to Percival Rackham, the wise old head that guides us through a series of pointless trials, despite us trying to tell him that there's this mental goblin on the loose that is trying to kill everyone. His flashback scenes are good, but we get it, mate. You like protecting ancient magic. Get a life.
You can wield it. You have the ability.
And finally, at number 1, it's of course Sebastian Sallows, the curly-haired Slytherin renegade. By far has the most intriguing questline. In fact, I often found this mission more enjoyable than the main one. His ambition and goal is deeply rooted in love, the love for his sister and his quest for a cure. But like most villain arcs, they all begin with a love for someone. And make no doubt about it, Sebastian is a villain. His casual approach to dark magic and of course murder of his uncle is deeply concerning for a boy still going through puberty. Naturally, I backed him up all the way because, this is my boy! But regardless of whether you snitched on him at the end of the game, the man will definitely be in Azkaban before he's old enough to drink. That's my Hogwarts Legacy characters ranked. Feel free to disagree, I'm sure you will, but I make these videos to encourage conversation between gamers, so go for it in the comments section below. And of course, if you liked my list, then please do hit subscribe. It's so hugely appreciated.